Krunker.io just got amazing news from developers Glenn and Brian. This includes the announcement of Season 8. Here is what the first announcement said. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk a bit more about what we're doing in the short term, just to give you some visibility on what to expect with progress on Krunker.io. There is really nothing I'd love more than to throw the entire team at making amazing new season content for everyone, bringing back competitive features, and delivering on all the stuff the community has been asking about for years. But before we do that, there are some really fundamental things we have to do for Krunker.io to make sure we have a good place to build the future from. These things are pretty boring for players because not failing is not an exciting new feature. But it's critical to have a game where the dev team can spend their time adding to the game, rather than reacting to systemic problems. Right now, Krunker.io has severe problems with security and scalability, and the results are an enormous backlog of user support requests, trade scams, rampant account brute forcing, spam user account problems, KR farming with bots, and poor server performance at high cost. This has absorbed a lot of community and developer resources in the past, and continues to do so. Until we fix these problems at their root, Krunker players will continue to have a bad experience, and our dev team will continue to spend too much time scrambling to restore accounts, plugging security holes, and keeping servers running. The stuff we have to do. Fundamentally overhaul our server infrastructure so it's fast to roll out rollback, scalable, and auto-scaling with demand. Rebuild player account management to close security holes, rebuild significant parts of Social Hub to close security holes. The stuff we want to do. New seasons with substantial content, new awesome game features. Fortunately, we built some of the things we need already in the context of Krunker Strike and other contexts, so we're not starting from scratch. Currently, we have great people working on the server infrastructure overhaul. You'll experience this as some occasional service disruptions when we make changes, and when we're ready, we'll ask the community to test the new server setup in the form of a new server region. This should happen within a few days. A good result for us is that you won't feel anything different. A great result is that servers will lag a little less due to better underlying resources. Once this is out, we can start getting visibility on and addressing the real issues. When we deem that everything is stable, we'll roll out globally. After that, we'll move on to account management and fixing security problems on the hub. I love the enthusiasm from the community, and it was hugely inspiring to see the reaction to my last post. I feel a great sense of urgency, and I promise you we're working as fast as we can. But I also want to reiterate that there's a lot we have to do before we can turn our focus onto pushing hard on Season 8 and beyond. So while S8 is confirmed, it won't land until sometime in 2025. Meanwhile, we'll spend a lot of energy on the community, fixing the foundation and rolling out fixes and small updates whenever we can, and I'm continuing looking for ways to speed this up. Until next time. Brian. But what does this mean? This means that we're getting Season 8 in 2025, and we're going to be getting a better base game for future updates. This is really good for the game. Now, here are two announcements from Glenn, another developer for the game. Following Brian's message, we're going to be migrating the Matchmaker and rolling out a new test region this week. We don't think this will cause any downtime, but there will be a small period where games won't show on the server list whilst they re-register themselves. Happens on tens-ish intervals during migrations. We're hoping there shouldn't be any side effects, but that's probably wishful thinking, so please report if you notice anything peculiar. I'll let you all know when the new test region is available to be played on, and give another update with what that's all about when ready. We've just rolled out a public test region in the form of the EU Super Secret Server region. Software enthusiasts aren't paid for their ability to name things. This is a staging environment, so the resources allocated to it are not indicative of what will exist in a production environment. This region is for testing. There are, however, quite a few changes compared to the other regions, so we'd love to know what you think the experience of playing on them is like. We're expecting issues and errors for now, so please bear that in mind. There's going to probably be a lot of restarts as well. I wouldn't consider this stable. Cheers, folks. Edit. Aware that ping is reporting random fluctuations of latency. I wouldn't trust it too much. There's some small network changes that we forgot to compensate for. Staging life. You're connecting to Netherlands at the end of the day, so you'll be a few ms off of Frankfurt. Just focus on how the game feels and performs, and report back. Thanks. Edit. Custom maps won't be running on these ESP. Comment down below if you think this is good or bad for the game. Thanks for watching.